Hello, I'm Columbus City Councilmember Eileen Paley.
And I'm Mark Kelsey, Director of the Department of Public Service.
Snow and ice are just facts of life during Columbus winters. That's why the City of Columbus is working year-round to make winter driving and walking safer. Our goal is to make our roadways as safe as possible by using available resources and lots of hard work by the men and women responsible for plowing Columbus streets in order to make your drive to and from work and elsewhere as safe as we can.
We have the best people, equipment, technology, and supplies to treat roads before, during, and after storms. More than 110 Department of Public Service employees and an additional 70-plus from other departments comprise our snow warriors. They are on the job day and night, weekends and holidays, doing whatever is necessary to serve you when the snow falls. It's a difficult job that requires lots of planning that starts in the spring and goes through the hottest days of summer. This is what we call our snow and ice control plan. It guides us through the worst of winters, making the most of every tax dollar.
Mother Nature blesses Central Ohio with all the color and variety that the four seasons offer. Unfortunately, some of her winter presents cannot be returned or regifted. The Columbus area can have severe winters with total snowfall surpassing 45 inches, coupled with treacherous, icy conditions, or milder winters with total snowfalls of less than 10 inches. The bottom line is, we all need to find practical, creative, and safer ways to plan for and deal with winter weather. Snow and ice control is just one task the City of Columbus street maintenance crews handle over the course of a year. The crews also sweep streets, patch potholes, mow vegetation, and pick up litter, to name just a few. And it's a big job. Columbus has the largest amount of land compared to other Ohio cities, with 227 square miles within the corporate limits. That's nearly 3 times larger than Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Toledo, and 4 times larger than Dayton. And Columbus is responsible for maintaining many miles of streets, 2,053 linear miles to be exact, about the distance between here and Las Vegas.
We have one of the country's best snow fighting programs. We know this because we compare our snow fighting best practices to those in comparable cities. We know that our level of service is equal to or better than comparable cities such as Louisville, Pittsburgh, and Indianapolis.
The city is responsible for roads and bridges. On the front lines, day and night, on weekends and holidays, are the snow warriors who brave the cold and wind to keep roads safe and passable. The Snow Warrior team includes equipment operators and employees working behind the scenes, dispatchers, laborers, traffic management specialists, and others. Residents also have a role in this team effort, clearing sidewalks, driveway aprons, storm drains, and areas around mailboxes.
The best way that a resident can help during a snow event is by parking in your driveway or your off alley and not in the street when possible. When we come through with our snow plows, we sometimes have a hard time making it down the narrow streets that have cars parked on both sides. There are times when we plow our streets that incidentally we plow vehicles in. This is an unfortunate part of snow removal. It's not intentional, but unfortunately it does happen. The same is true of your mailboxes and your driveway entrances. The best way to avoid this is by anticipating the arrival of snowplows on your street. And if you can park off-street, that'd be best for us because it would allow for faster and better service to your street.
Snow and ice control is a year-round effort for the City of Columbus. The Snow Warriors are always planning for winter weather and all the challenges it presents in keeping roads passable and reducing the number of accidents, injuries, and fatalities. The city's street maintenance section reviews and revises its snow and ice control plan every summer in order to improve service levels during winter. The plan's proactive strategy is focused on increasing efficiency, saving dollars, and decreasing the time it takes to plow snowy streets and attack ice on the roads before and after storms. The goal is to minimize adverse road conditions using available resources and maximum effort from all employees so that interruptions to people's economic and personal lives are reduced.
Planning for the next snow season starts the day that the snow ends in the previous season. After that, we hold debriefings, and through the winter we put together action plans of improvement items every year that we want to accomplish. And through the summer, we work on those action items, and we have them all ready by November 1st for our new snow season.
More than 110 Department of Public Service equipment operators and support personnel form the primary team for treating snow and ice. More than 100 equipment operators from the Department of Public Service and more than 30 from other city departments that have been cross-trained are on call 24/7 for backup. All snow and ice control equipment is inspected annually. Each piece undergoes a comprehensive assessment for safety, operating condition, cleanliness, overall appearance, and communication abilities.
Every fall we hold a 2-day training session, classroom training session for all of our snow warriors. That's our core snow warriors and our cross-trained snow warriors. After that 2-day session, they're put behind the wheel and they are refreshed on how to operate the plows and how to operate the equipment. All that ends every year in what we call the snow rodeo, where we have each driver go through a course and they have to pass that course before they are certified to drive for the next season.
Once the training is completed, Columbus's snow warriors are ready for anything, ranging from just a dusting of snow to big storms that dump more than a foot of snow on Columbus. Regardless of the storm's intensity, Columbus's snow warriors look to state-of-the-art technology to help them be more effective and efficient in fighting snow and ice. Combat, or Central Ohio Management-based applied technology, plots the location and status of all snow warrior vehicles on the street.
Even though we are all in Central Ohio, Columbus is a very varied city when it comes to snowfall. On our north end we may get several inches of snow, but on our south end we may be getting freezing rain. What combat helps us do is anticipate where we need vehicles the most, move them to where they need to be, and treat the storm the most effectively.
Snowfalls often stop and start again during snow events. When this happens, we must redirect our plowing efforts to the higher volume arterial and collector streets before we can get to the residential streets. As a result, the time it takes to get to the residential streets for snow removal is different from storm to storm.
Some storms result in snow emergencies. Snow emergencies are declared by the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and are classified on 3 levels. A level 1 snow emergency is announced when roadways are hazardous with blowing and drifting snow and or ice. Motorists are urged to slow down and drive carefully. A level 2 emergency is issued when roads are in worse condition than in a level 1 emergency. Level 2 roadways are also hazardous with blowing and drifting snow. Only those who believe it is necessary to drive should be on roadways. Workers should contact their employers to see if they should report as normal or on a delayed basis. The 3rd level is the most severe and issued during extreme weather conditions such as heavy snowfalls or blizzards. All roadways are closed to motorists during a level 3 event except for police, firefighters, and paramedics. No one else should be out during these conditions unless it is absolutely necessary to travel. Workers should contact their employers to see if they should report as normal or on a delayed basis. Drivers traveling on roadways during a level 3 emergency may be subject to arrest. A snow emergency can also be declared by the mayor of Columbus. During these periods, a parking ban is put into effect on arterial streets, and police will enforce the parking restriction. This is necessary so that snowplows can clear arterials, which are the roads that carry the most traffic at higher speeds. Citizens and visitors can get updates on our winter weather fighting efforts on the new Columbus Snow Twitter feed. Visit twitter.com/Columbus Snow to sign up for updates. The City of Columbus prioritizes snow and ice control efforts on 4 levels. The snow warriors address the most heavily traveled roads first. The freeway system is Priority 1. The city is responsible for maintaining portions of State Routes 315 and 104 and U.S. Route 33. The interstate system, including I-70, I-71, I-670, and I-270 in Central Ohio, is handled by the Ohio Department of Transportation. The city meets annually with ODOT, the Franklin County Engineers Office, and other local municipalities to coordinate snow and ice control on streets and freeways that fall under multiple jurisdictions. These agreements help decrease redundancy, improve response times, and save dollars. The second priority is arterial streets. These are the major streets that provide movement citywide and provide access to the freeway system. Some examples of arterial streets are Broad Street, Morse Road, Cleveland Avenue, High Street, and Livingston Avenue.
Most accidents will occur on the heavily traveled high-speed roadways. That's why we treat those first. And those accidents, if they occur on those roadways, will be severe and they will cause property damage and potentially injury or loss of life.
After the freeways and arterial streets have been addressed, the collector residential streets are treated. Collectors connect arterials to most residential streets. Roads with steep inclines or those leading to hospitals and schools also fall into this priority level. Examples of collectors include Oakland Park Avenue, Courtright Road, Hague Avenue, and Weber Road.
Prior to starting residential treatment, we have to evaluate our arterial street system. Many times during a snowstorm, even though the public may not notice it, a snow will have started and will have stopped and will have started again. When the snow starts again, we have to start over again with the major arterial streets, clear them and make them safe for the traveling public before we can move on to the residential streets.
Removing snow is more than just plowing and tossing down some salt. Our snow warriors have different materials for different weather and pavement conditions: salt, calcium chloride, brine, and sand. Salt and calcium chloride melt snow and ice under most conditions. Brine, a mixture of salt and water, helps prevent snow and ice from bonding to the pavement. Pre-treatment with brine begins as many as 3 days before an expected snowstorm, although rain will wash away brine. Once the snow falls, the snow warriors spread rock salt or salt mixed with calcium chloride on roads with the highest volume of traffic and the highest speed limits. Again, low-volume, low-speed residential streets are plowed after 4 inches of snow have fallen, but only after higher-volume, high-speed arterial and collector streets have been plowed. Ice cannot be plowed, and salt loses its effectiveness in extremely low temperatures, especially on lightly traveled streets. Every winter storm is different, and sometimes the response must be adjusted, especially during back-to-back storms. The snow warriors do not wait for snow to start falling to go to work. They stay ahead of the game by tapping into the latest weather monitoring and prediction methods available. These tools include the Weather Channel, the National Weather Service, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Weather Radar, local meteorologists, and websites including www.buckeyetraffic.com from the Ohio Department of Transportation, all with the aim of doing an efficient and thorough job while saving time and tax dollars. The snow warriors communicate with the city's 311 customer service center before, during, and after snow events. To learn more about the city's snow and ice control plan, call 645-3111 or just 311 from most local phones. What can you do to make winter mobility safer for yourself, neighbors, and visitors? Do as many of the following 10 items as possible. Avoid driving during snowstorms. Drive no less than 100 feet behind a plow truck. Be prepared for sudden stops and movements from plow trucks. Avoid passing plow trucks because snow equipment drivers may not see you. Follow snow emergency laws and parking restrictions. Park vehicles in driveways and off streets if possible to provide room for plows and salt trucks. Shovel your sidewalks, driveway aprons, wheelchair ramps, and the areas around mailboxes. Pile snow in yards, not on streets, catch basins, or sidewalks. Clear snow from sewer drains to prevent flooding after the snow melts, and apply salt, sand, or kitty litter on icy steps and paths. Check on your neighbors during snowy periods, especially senior citizens, shut-ins, and mobility-impaired individuals. Offer to shovel sidewalks, pick up prescriptions, and drive neighbors to medical appointments and errands. Even a small gesture can make a big difference. Additional information and tips for driving safely during winter are available online from the Ohio Department of Transportation at www.buckeyetraffic.com.
The City of Columbus's current snow and ice control plan represents the best approach to date for handling all that Mother Nature tosses our way. You play an important role in the plan, and the city is relying on you to do your part to help yourself and your neighbors. In return, the snow warriors are available around the clock on weekends and holidays to make our streets safer and easier to navigate.
Together, we can make it safely through winter's toughest conditions. The City of Columbus thanks you for the support you continue to give.